So, I don't know. It's weird to me that people were trying to look at this as some kind of negative thing for Xbox. I was never one of those people that was looking at this and going, oh man, this is bad. Why are they doing this? I actually think this is a very smart move. And I'm going to, of course, let everybody know why I think it's a smart move. But, just to be clear, I just feel like people just really sometimes look for reasons to hate on the Xbox, and I don't really want to do that. I think that people kind of can like what they want and enjoy whatever they want. And for me, I honestly think that it's smart that I think that that's something that we have to kind of look to and say, hey, this is a smart move. Yeah, it's a business move, but it's a move that needed to happen because, Microsoft is definitely in a situation where they've kind of fallen behind and they need to be able to, push things and do things and be a productive company. So, yeah, I found this to be interesting. I also found it to be a situation where, this was something that was much needed to kind of push things in a way that helps Microsoft. So, again, trust me, I get it. Some people are going to hate, but for me, I'm looking at this and I'm just going, hey, you know what? This isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think this is probably a smart thing. Let's go ahead and get into it. What's up, everybody? What's up? I appreciate everybody. I'm Crap Gamer. This is, Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel. Means a lot to me personally. So, keep that in mind as we go along. All these things are crucially important. Now, when it comes down to it, listen, I get it, man. There's always going to be people that hate on Xbox. There's always going to be people that say, Xbox isn't worth it, or Xbox is this, or Xbox is that. For me, I look at things and I go, well, listen, I feel like Microsoft does a lot of things that are wrong, but in this instance, it's not wrong, So some people were trying to make it out that way. I think it was haters mostly. There could be some Xbox fans that were looking at it this way, but anyway, Microsoft pulled the $1 Game Pass trial before the new Call of Duty release, right? Which, this is just business. It's smart. Microsoft has pulled the $1 Game Pass trial just days before Call of Duty Black Ops 6 releases on October 25th. The 14-day Game Pass trial was removed on October 8th, preventing people from signing up for a trial and playing through the Black Ops 6 campaign without paying for a full month of Game Pass. Microsoft first stopped the $1 trial for Game Pass Ultimate in March of last year before bringing it back and nerfing it down to just 14 days instead of a full month. The Xbox maker then briefly removed the $1 trial just days before Starfield's debut last September. It's not surprising to see the $1 Game Pass trial quietly removed once again, especially as Microsoft looks to Call of Duty Black Ops 6 to boost its Game Pass subscriber numbers. Earlier this year, it was reported that Microsoft had been debating whether to put new releases of Call of Duty into Game Pass, with concerns from some at the company that the revenue generated from a typical Call of Duty sales would be undermined by Game Pass. A $1 trial would certainly undermine sales and subscriptions, especially when Activision traditionally sells more than 20 million copies of Call of Duty on average at around $70 each. Microsoft is also planning to bring Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Modern Warfare 3, and Warzone Cloud to the cloud later this month. It's the first time a Call of Duty game has been available at launch on cloud gaming, but I don't really think that's going to be the big deal or anything like that. But anyway, like for me, I look at this and I say, you have to, like, they're looking to grow Game Pass, right? Like, how are you going to grow Game Pass? Maybe this helps get people to fully sign up or whatever, but still, if somebody just was interested in beating the campaign or whatever, they could easily just do that with a 1 month trial or whatever, and they're still saving $50 or whatever, I don't know. So to me anyway, I don't look at this as bad news. I think it's a smart move, a necessary move. Nobody really questions the other side when stuff like this happens either. So, I kind of have to feel like I have to point that out is, nobody's ever going, oh man, Sony's not doing a deal for, this anymore or whatever like that, and I honestly just feel like, it's just one of those things where, everybody kind of looks at how Microsoft are handling um, these things. But again, I honestly look at this and say, okay, well, Microsoft has to, they have to make it so that things can stand on their own 2 feet. If Call of Duty, right, if Call of Duty can't get, people to subscribe or people to buy an X, this could actually get people to buy into Xbox a little bit more, in my opinion. We'll see if it's something that actually does happen or if it works out that way. To me, I think that it makes a ton of sense for them to do this and to, get people to actually buy into Game Pass, to get people to buy into Xbox, get into the ecosystem or whatever. That's what they need to do. And that's exactly why you have to be able to kind of continue to get people to switch over to your platform. Is that going to be something they're going to be able to continue going forward? Listen, I don't really know. I honestly hope that they can do that, man. I want to see Xbox be successful. I'm sure a lot of you want to see Xbox be successful as well. Just even if you're a PlayStation fan, it behooves you to make sure that Xbox is successful, right? And I know a lot of you probably won't understand where I'm coming from with that, but you really, really have to make sure that you do that. You have to make sure that, the company is a success. You have to make sure that you're doing things that people want and that you're actually standing on your own 2 feet. If people are able, if you're spending hundreds of millions of dollars to make these games and people are accessing them for $1, that's not a winning move. They've had this dollar deal for multiple years where people have had the opportunity to get in there, and you can see that whether Game Pass is a deal for you or not, and I get it. Sometimes, we're on these hard times and things, and it makes things tough. But, at the same time, it doesn't do any good to kind of cheat the system because gaming is suffering enough right now. It's kind of in a bit of a crisis mode. So, I feel like this is a big problem, and you have to have people out there paying for things. I know, like, at the end of the day, Microsoft really kind of fails at getting people to buy into the platform, and it's really a hard time getting people to actually buy Xbox games. And one of the reason is because partly Xbox's fault, because they have Game Pass and they put the games in there for cheap, and then so people are always looking for a way to get things for an even cheaper amount. And of course, this is kind of the stuff that happens. I feel like you have to be able to kind of have things like this. You have to kind of keep the fans, I don't want to say in check, but you have to keep them well aware of kind of what's going on, and kind of you have to have it to where they know, listen, not everything is going to go your way, not everything is going to be free or whatever the case may be. So kind of keep that in mind going forward. I just feel like that's something that Microsoft struggles with a little bit right now. And again, you have to be able to say no sometimes, and I feel like this is a really good instance of them actually being able to say, hey, you know what, no, we're not going to do this. It's not happening. We're not going to be able to do a dollar deal or whatever for every little game that comes out. And that's just, it has to be that way. So hopefully people understand kind of what's coming with that. And at the end of the day, Xbox should be better off, if this is the case. So hopefully that's something that can kind of come about. I know a lot of you probably think the same way that I do with this stuff. I'm interested to see what happens. I think Xbox can do something that surprises a lot of people. I would love to see that happen. Is Microsoft going to continue to learn from their mistakes? Absolutely. Is it going to be something that that they can continue to kind of grow from? Yeah, absolutely. Microsoft is a company that has to learn that you can't just do everything 100% business-wise, but in some instances like this, you have to be a business, and it's smart to get, if you ever want people into your ecosystem, into your what you're offering, then yeah, you need to have things like this available. So, with that being said, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this stuff. How do you feel about the dollar deal? I mean, literally, this thing's been a thing for like 6 years. So, if you haven't tried it now, you never will. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer, out.